Let's talk about plank series. These are variations that are going to lead up to intermediate classical repertoire. We want to get the students and the clients moving into intermediate long stretch series. Here is a simple variation of plank. You've got the box in front of the shoulder blocks. You're pressing it out, pulling the abs into the ribs, ribs into spine. You're on your forearms. You can do it to a 4 count or a double count. Press out for 4, 3, 2, 1, etc. When you add some fitness elements like holding one-legged plank, that's your front support. You could throw in some fitness elements like a donkey kick. Just remember, if you're throwing in fitness, it's the anchoring leg that's most important. This mimics single leg kick in your mat work. Shoulder scapulation, right? You're doing the pull of the box under and the press away. You're stabilizing the shoulders. You want to remember that it's strengthening the shoulder girdle, the arms, and the upper back, piking the hips, peeling up an invisible wall. We're going to get into some side plank variations next. This is all about full body connection. The exercise demands that the legs, the glutes, and the feet stay active while the core and the shoulders stabilize. This is teaching whole body integration rather than isolating muscles. Proper setup will encourage neutral spine, long lines, and an open chest. This is a progressive challenge, right? When clients are able to do this. I want you to be very mindful that they're moving from their obliques pulling up, right? They would have learned this in short box series intermediate side sit-ups, how to use those obliques properly. Coming into just a simple variation to open the hips using the box in that position. You could have done those side planks with that box as well, right? It's balance here. We're looking for stability, control, and balance, right? Everything is pulling into an invisible wall, lengthening to pull in to pull out. You could throw some handheld weights into those arm positions. That would be very athletic, more challenging. Not necessary, but it could be a fun modification or variation. Of course, you would do both directions. Now, here we're getting into reverse plank, right? So everything that you do in plank, you can do in reverse plank. This is building them slowly into their reverse. And guess what reverse plank is teaching? In your long stretch series, back stretch. Throw in some leg variations of point to flex, flex to point, right? This you'll see in Mat Contrology by Joseph Pilates. So remember, even if you're doing contemporary, you're throwing in a little pepper sprinkling, know what you're leading the clients up to. And this is a lot to hold in a reverse plank, right? They're having to actually use their glute meats and their core to pull up and in. I actually quite like this one. It's a nice challenge. Now, we want to progress the challenge and the variability. So you can take the foot bar up. This is going to train them up for a lengthening of reverse plank. They're going to have to stabilize. Here's that shoulder scapularization, right? We're still looking for the postural benefits though. Remember, anything you're doing, you're looking for what is the full body connection. What is the benefit of any kind of reformer Pilates planking to train strength, control, and integration of the entire body, all while refining alignment and deepening that mind-body connection, right? Could throw in leg circle. That's actually quite challenging. I like the leg circles. You should try it. All right, now we can actually switch positions. So when we come to the side, this is going to prepare them for snake, right? This is side planking with a lengthening through the spine turning the head in a twist rotation, but it's so safe. Nothing's on the foot bar. They're learning how to side plank into straight line into twist. Side plank, straight line, twist the head. You do both sides, obviously. All right? If you can teach up to snake, you begin low to teach up high. This is a very safe modality. All right? They also learn how to push the carriage from the side, from their lateral sides. It's also a trust factor. You've got to build up the client's trust. So many thoughts right now. You guys didn't need to see that shot. Did not need to have my bum to camera. All right, this is a fun one. This is for reverse plank as well. You can take the box over the rails. It's a nice hamstring workout as well. So if you think of intermediate classical hamstring curls, this will also train them up. So you drape your feet over the shoulder blocks. You're dragging the carriage underneath and pressing it away. Dragging it underneath and pressing it away. Functional strength, and this one takes a lot of focus. You can do single legs. You can add any variation, right? The carriage sliding back and forth while holding the plank, lifting hips high. It's very challenging. Now, plank is a classical strength-based posture and adapted on the reformer to integrate powerhouse control, shoulder stability, whole body alignment. On the moving carriage, it becomes a test of precision, balance, and endurance. You can have your foot bar up. You're going to place the box in between the negative space of the carriage and the foot bar. And now you know how we were doing those inchworms before at the very beginning of the video. You can do them here, right? Runner sprint on the carriage, press the carriage in and out. And again, you can do it for a 4 count. You can hit doubles. You can hit singles. You do want that carriage to kiss the stopper every time on the pull in though. That is very important and very hard. Encourage active pressing through both heels. Lengthen through the spine to prepare. Draw the abdominals in, hold steady, resisting the carriage movement. Sustain rhythmical breath cycles while maintaining full body connection. Also, take a look. It mimics knee stretch series, right? Like you can kind of start to piece it together. And now we're going to look at how to build them up from the box into side planking to prepare for snake. You take the foot bar down a little bit, right? You're just preparing them. You want to think of it in levels, step 1 through 3, to get them into the capabilities of snaking, right? We go low to work high. Plank series are fun, right? It just has a little element of razzle dazzle. Also, always know what classical repertoire you're bringing them back to. In this movement pattern though, if the hips sag, you have to cue, lift the front ribs towards the spine. If shoulders elevate, we cue, slide shoulder blades down and wide. If carriage shifts, remind to hold carriage still as if glued, right? All right, that's going to conclude our plank series for now.